You ready? We're recording.
I'm aware.
All right. Well, cheers.
Hold on. Before you're like, turn that off.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Please do not have your alerts on. I hate that so much. Ready?
Which is like, why do you hate it?
Because it's very distracting and annoying if someone's trying to listen to good audio to hear boogity boop every 5 minutes in the background. I think you can agree to that. Through an hour podcast, if you heard 45 to 80 of those, that would be annoying. It would be like, yo, turn your ringer off. All right, so you like annoying ringers.
I don't know that I would have 45 to 80. I'm not that cool.
Are we cheersing?
Yeah.
Or
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do.
All right, whatever.
Are you choosing?
Yeah.
Cheersing.
Cheers to Talking Tea.
Cheers to Talking
with
Tea.
Pilar and JD.
There you go.
Oh, shout out to Devin and Gabe. They got us these glasses for, well, technically, Devin got us these glasses as a wedding present on our registry, and Gabe got us the tilting whiskey ones.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Devin and Gabe.
Thanks, Gabe.
Yes. Hey, y'all. What's up? Oops.
Okay, let's not slurp.
Sorry. That was
Because people are going to be like, y'all really slurping the whole time.
I do apologize. We should not have been.
Oh, wait. Put your drink in the other hand.
Okay.
It's time to sync up.
Oh, my God.
Let's get it. Align.
So, quarantine is
Getting to us.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Mm-hmm. But welcome y'all to another episode of Talking Tea with Pilar and JD.
Ew.
And this week, I have no idea what we're doing this week.
Oh my God. Okay.
We've
I
talked.
tried to give a game plan before we started.
You tried to show me the show notes.
And you were like, I did actually. And you were like, let's just wing it. And I'm like, okay.
So we're winging it. We may or may not be responding to questions from the last one. If there's new audio voice messages, we'll listen to them.
There were two very.
Do we want to listen to them at the end or the beginning?
Two very kind gentlemen.
Yes.
Last time left us voicemails.
Yes.
We said that we would answer them. I would like to address that first, and then we can move on if we have other ones.
Before we get into our own tea talk?
Yeah, because we said we would answer those questions. So let's answer those questions, and then we can get tacky as fuck.
All right. Well, I remember the one guy mentioning it was.
We gotta play him again, dude. Format.
Play him again?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Is that a burden?
No. Hey, I wasn't aware that was what we were doing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Because some people might be listening to just
too.
this.
How about sneeze?
So sneeze in your elbow. What in the demon sneeze was that? Are you okay?
I sneeze all on my mic too.
Ew. Did you do that thing where your throat
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts. You smurgled yourself.
So, if you haven't already left the podcast by now.
Oh God.
My phone's gonna die, honey. Oh.
Wait,
Oh wow. We got some plays, yo. We got 200 plays.
Whoa.
Or well, that's just for this platform. I don't know. I think we got 200. Oh no, across all.
Now's not the time to be doing this.
Sorry.
It's exciting, but we can do this off the pod.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We out here sipping and dipping. All right, so we need to pull up the previous.
I cannot wait to make these onion rings.
Okay, we got. All right, so we want to hear the previous. One of them was just saying, shout out to y'all for starting it. You want to hear that one? That wasn't a question.
No, there was a second guy.
Do you want to hear that one too?
Yeah.
You want to hear just the I remember it. I'll pull it up right now. Ready?
Handle it.
Here we go.
Hey, JD and Pilar. I just want to know what y'all think about this coronavirus. I've been doing a lot of research on it, looking at videos, putting two and two together. And a lot of people say it's the 5G network that these towers are emitting some kind of radiation. And I really kind of believe this is a cover up for the New World Order. Tell me what y'all think.
And that comes to us from McNeil Irving Jr. Honey, please start us off.
I love that I'm always the one starting us off.
Fine, I'll start us off.
No, it's
McNeil,
cool.
I don't. What you going?
No, handle your scandal, boo boo.
All right, I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think that it's a virus that is going around the world, and a good portion of people are not taking it serious enough, and are picketing in the streets and causing it to keep us inside longer and all that stuff.
Up my money.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a whole salon I have to pay rent for that I can't work at.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I'm happy to not work to keep people safe, but it's like, you crazy people just stay home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that it's anything to do with the whole 5G stuff. I'd like to hopefully think that it's not, but then again, we just learned that aliens exist, so I have no idea. Excuse me?
I'm not doing this.
It was confirmed by the Pentagon.
It's super fucking convenient. Like, are you kidding? Trump, or 45 says, I don't understand, like, you should just inject Lysol. You should inject bleach. You should drink bleach. It'll cleanse your system. And then all of a sudden they want to confirm that there's you, and it's not aliens. They confirmed that they saw an unidentified flying object.
UFOs.
I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm not saying it's not real. It's just really convenient, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the U.S. government hasn't done that in its entirety to just try to shift the focus.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I think coronavirus is real because real people are dying, and it's really upsetting. It's unfortunate. But I'd love to not think it's some sort of a Illuminati scandal that just came about and people were like, we need to, I don't know, cleanse the world of people, like some devious like that. I don't know. All I know is that, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's one of those things where you said that you know exactly where it started.
In Wuhan, China.
Yes. And it was because there were people who were on the wet markets selling bats and other animals.
It's a regional delicacy there to have bats. I've seen it where they've made soups and different things like that. Mm-hmm. And that's where this strain, because there's multiple strains of coronavirus, SARS was a strain of coronavirus. Which is so funny because, like, I see people having, like, conspiracy theories when they look at Lysol products, and on the back it says, you know, it disinfects, like, the human, Did she just throw off the color?
Yeah, she threw off
That's
the color.
so funny. Come here, boo.
It's all right.
It says it can disinfect, like, the human coronavirus, and I'm like, guys, like, SARS was a coronavirus. That's why it says that. Like, but, yeah, to answer your question, because I went on like a long tangent.
Well,
yes.
I was going to say, when you're trying to explain how SARS works, I don't think a lot of people understood many viruses at all. So that's probably, yeah, I mean, that's, to me, that's, the majority of people are like, which virus is whose virus?
I mean, to be really fair, like, I didn't understand. I mean, I'm not a virologist by any stretch of the imagination. I will never claim to be, but, I learned a lot. I didn't realize how much I didn't know about viruses and bacteria until I went to get my hours to be an esthetician. Because you take these two classes. I mean, you take a bunch of classes on sanitation, disinfection, all those things. But there are two classes in particular that cover bacteria and viruses, like staphylococci, diplococci, like cocci in general. And it's crazy. It's kind of terrifying. Like, I was a little bit of a germaphobe for a while because it just
after you learned everything.
Yeah, because it's, you know, we have to learn about it to protect ourselves and to protect our clients because of, you know, things like this can happen. But also, you know, you have it's MRSA, which. Man, you learn about that. You don't want to go to hospitals. And then, like, I went to school with a guy, Remy. He was so cool, but I think either his dad had MRSA or he passed away from MRSA. I can't remember, but the things you learn, like, if everybody took those two classes, they would shut the fuck up and stay home. And I think that's, that's a lot of the problem is people are really ignorant. They just are like, I don't want to be a sheep. It's a virus. Like, I'll be fine. Which I was one of those people at first. I was like, it's a virus. It probably won't cross over to the U.S. border. And then when it did, I was like, okay, I need to take it seriously. But people really don't understand how insanely easy it is to pass a virus to somebody, to pass bacteria, like how, different surfaces and different things are cut. Like, it's mind blowing. I really wish that people could take 10A and 10B at Santa Monica College because they would, or even like crack open a fucking esthetician book or a cosmetology book. You will be shook. And to all the ladies out there, do yourselves a favor. Okay, hear me when I say, ladies, stop using testers on your face in Sephora and other stores. You don't even want to know the literal fecal matter has been found. Yeah. People don't talk about that. There have been several investigative reports where they test testers, and it's absolutely insane. Also, if you are, you like to live your life on the edge, and, maybe you're somebody who steals testers. When I worked at Mac, that was a very common thing. You don't want that kind of karma. I promise you, you do not want a staph infection on your skin or your eye or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy. So, like, if you want to test a lipstick on the back of your hand, cool. But as far as like putting things on your face, the chicks at Sephora offer to do your makeup. Sis, don't do it.
I didn't know it was that deep. I thought you I never heard you mention that.
Yeah,
I mean, I know you've mentioned that like those little testing stations can be gross, but I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Well, that's because you worked in this position. But wait, when you were doing other people's makeup, did you just
with my kit or at Mac?
Wherever, I don't know. Did you ever have to use a kit that wasn't yours, that wasn't clean?
Do you mean it when I worked at Mac, or do you mean when I?
Yeah, not when you work on your own clients. I'm talking about like working for retail.
Like, okay, so
for Mac or other place. I forgot what it's called.
I'm not even gonna give them airtime.
Okay.
That luxury company I worked for. So at Mac, I was really, I myself and my team were really diligent about cleaning. That was something I didn't really like play with. I also loved schematicizing lipsticks, but when I came on as a manager, I think they wanted at one point to like have me use some of the old brushes, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And so I I made my own brush or tool belt, and we would clean things and, get it as sanitary as you can. So, I mean, my girls, we washed our brushes every single day. We use brush cleaner after every single client, but there's only so much you can do, because at the end of the day, like, you can keep it as pristine and clean and wonderful as possible, but then you have dirty ass people coming in going, ooh, I want to try this eyeshadow. Ooh, let me just put it everywhere. And then, you see people like cough. Like that. I remember one lady, she didn't cough, she sneezed in front of the eyeshadows. And I was like, and I remember like my team looking at me like, oh, fuck, what are you going to do? And I was like, I made them, it's called, you diff them, destroy and field, and I had them diff like 3 rows of those eyeshadows, because I'm like, yes, you can wipe the top layer off when from the eyeshadow, but I was like, that's disgusting. Like, and she didn't even apologize. She was such a bitch. I like started taking them off in front of her, and she was just like, did something happen? I was like, yeah, you sneezed on our product. I have to replace these now. Like, these are unsanitary. And she was like, I mean, it was just a small sneeze. And I was like, so if I small sneezed on your lipstick, would you put it on? She was like, I don't know you. And I'm like, exactly. You goofy bitch. Like,
yeah. You know that people people didn't know that was like a thing that they do at stores.
Yeah.
You see that article about Ulta, I think recently, where a girl had to she was going through breaking down and diffing, I guess that's what you call
Diffing, yeah. Destroying field, yeah.
Yeah, she was destroying them because people would use products but then bring them back or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to, that's the thing that people don't realize, especially in California, because the laws here are super strict about that. If you were to come into a store and buy a makeup brush and then you leave, you come back 3 minutes later, you know what, I changed my mind, I don't need this, blah, blah, blah. I have to destroy it.
Because you don't know what they did with it
Exactly.
between that time.
It's too big of a liability. For example, a lot of people forget or didn't know because they did a pretty damn good job of keeping it under wraps. MAC had a whole issue with they got sued because I guess when Rihanna had her collab with them, they had the lipsticks and stuff at her concerts, I believe. And long story short, something happened where a woman claimed that she contracted herpes from it.
Herpes
From trying on the lipstick.
Yeah.
Right? Riri-woo or whatever shade from the line she tried. And she won.
I believe
And
that.
they had to send gift cards to people. And it was a whole thing. And so, you know, companies keep that quiet, but, you know, circling all the way back, it's so much easier than people realize to pass a contagion or a virus or anything like that. And I think that some of the people that are protesting, if they were a little more educated on that, I think they've changed their minds.
You know what I thought about today, which is pretty stupid? I was like...
It's probably not stupid. It's probably petty.
No, it's like dumb. I was like... I thought to myself, if those people who were out there protesting knew that protesting out in the streets... or
was gonna keep them jobless longer.
No. This is just stupid, funny racism. If the people who are out there, because there's a pattern,
Karen.
Look,
which people are freaking out about being called Karen. I'm like, okay, so you can call black girls Shanae and Shaquisha, and you can use. And again, I don't use this terminology. This is just what I've heard and experienced in my life. I do not use these terms. You know, certain people, you know, refer to black women or black people as Mandingo or Shanae. Sometimes they refer to their nail lady who is, you know, Asian as Ling Ling. And, you know, they talk about, Guadalupe or Lupita, but you can't handle being called fucking Karen and Susan? That offends you. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody listening to that.
They jump on the offensive train early.
For 11 months.
Also,
we've been doing this for generations, boo-boo.
Also, I've seen that tweet.
Yeah, right?
Because I was like, you for sure stealing a tweet, right?
It is. No, it's a meme. I didn't make that up.
No,
I'm not claiming that that's mine.
I know you didn't claim that it was yours, but I was like, she ain't gonna cite them sources either.
I was going to.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, if you fucking let me finish.
No, I'd let you finish. And then I just thought that was funny because I was like, I've seen that viral tweet.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's the truth. If you're a person of color, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Or if you're someone who's woke and supportive and understands how the world works, then you're also aware.
Facts. I was gonna say, if those people knew that coronavirus and also in getting you sick could make you a minority.
Shit.
I feel like they wouldn't. I don't think they would be outside if, like, let's say if the virus made you Asian or black or something like that.
The way that privilege is set up, they would go into fucking, like, bunkers, dog. Are you kidding?
Are
you fucking kidding?
I thought of that and I was like, that would be so funny if the virus was changing people's races. I don't know why I thought that was funny. I just thought that was funny because I feel like that. Because you know how like people are protesting it and are saying how like they don't believe in it, this and that.
Yeah, I can't.
But if that was one of the things that happened to them or was a symptom, is they became what they fear the most. I just think that would be so funny. That's a movie. That's a skit. I don't know.
That's definitely a skit.
Yeah, because I think you just said something about like their financial state would go lower or something. I don't know what you mentioned, but I was thinking that's another option.
Like the longer they protest, the longer we're all stuck like this.
Yeah,
like
we're trapped.
you guys, I don't like, you can believe it's not real or whatever. That's your prerogative. But at the end of the day, nobody's faking people dying. Nobody is faking having to get a refrigerated fucking, what's it called?
Freezer truck.
Yeah, it's a freezer truck, but it's a semi, like a freaking trailer, and having to stack bodies up. Like, that's not fake. Like, I'm sorry, people are having to do drive-by funerals. Like, Hasidic communities in New York City and Brooklyn, because in Judaism, especially in Orthodox Judaism, there are, you know, just like in Christianity, there are last rites, and they have a prayer that they have to say. They had to make a hotline because people could not be with their families. And there was one case that I read about where the guy had to like beg the nurse because, you know, they're inundated, they're busy, they don't really have time, and he had to beg, like, please, like, it's our religion, like, he needs to be able to die with dignity. And he was able to say the prayer
over the phone. I heard that
over the phone, but
yeah.
now there's a hotline. So
that's good.
So if they can't notify the family because they don't have time and they notify them later, at least they can call this number and hold it to the person's ear or just have it playing in the room. But like, that's horrible. Like, that's insane. People are losing their parents, their children. So for people to sit here and say that this virus isn't real, well, then I need you to explain to me, what the fuck are people dying from?
Yeah, right?
With the same symptoms. Like, I really need you to come and tell me scientifically what the fuck it is that they're dying from. People are losing their children. Yeah. Like stop. Now, if you want to say that this was a virus that was planned, or it was a plant or whatever, that kind of conspiracy theory, cool, because there's at least the acknowledgement that this is a virus that is highly contagious, that is a respiratory virus and infection, and it is killing tens of thousands of people all over the world. But when you say the virus doesn't exist, you can literally suck my dick, because that's insane.
Christ.
But because it's like,
I'm hearing you.
It's to a point now where it's so flagrantly ignorant,
it is,
and it's so flagrantly dangerous that it's infuriating. Like, you go tell the mother that lost her fucking child that this virus isn't real. You go talk to the mom that was just on New Nows, or I don't know, I saw her on some news thing where her 4-year-old son had it and had to fight it.
Oh, the little boy.
And
really trying.
He was trying, and she recorded it, and he was crying, and he was scared, and that's definitely going to be a traumatic thing for him. You go. By the way,
did he survive it?
He did. But by the way, she's a fucking doctor. Okay,
sucks.
You go tell her. You go tell that woman that this virus isn't real. Get the fuck out of here. Stay home, since you don't want help from the government. You don't want assistance. You want to earn your check yourself. Then do us all a fucking favor. Stay home. You want to make some money? Take some fucking surveys if you want to find some type of online job where you work from home. But you just sitting on your ass outside infecting people, saying, this virus isn't real. I want to work and make my own money. I don't want to hand out from the government. Then take your bitch ass home. Call your fucking senators. Call the people that work for you in your state. Say what you need to say and find a job you can do from home. Other than that, shut the fuck up. Sorry.
I feel like
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I feel like that wraps it up. That's a podcast, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm about to go to sleep.
No.
No, I'm joking, but that was great, honey. No, you're absolutely, you're on the money with that.
That's just
it's just the truth.
Just asinine. Like, there's certain levels of stupidity I will not tolerate. I just won't. Like, you want to start that's my thing, is like, you talk to the parents of people, or you talk to the parents of children that they've lost, and you tell them it's not real. And if you're able to walk out of that without getting bitch slapped, more power to you, bro. Then the virus isn't real.
More power to you.
Dude, I don't know why you keep getting up. She's
sorry.
But to answer your question, sir, who so graciously left us a voicemail, I personally, I personally don't believe that they're connected. At least not really. I think the timing is convenient. I think 5G is a real thing. Absolutely. Do I think that it's potentially dangerous and cancerous and horrible for us? Excuse me, 110%.
Why is it that 5G is that but 4G is not?
I don't know. I would have to do more research. I don't want to like speak to that and be wrong. But oh, thanks for the cuddles, boo boo. But I don't think that they're connected. Do I think that there could be something something, I'm looking for the word and I can't think of it. Do I think that the coronavirus could have what it wasn't an organic virus, meaning that it
was built in a lab?
Maybe not built in a lab, but I would be open to the idea that the exposure was not as organic as they're claiming it is.
It was a test subject who ran out of the lab.
I wouldn't say what I've like been playing around.
SIBO?
What I've been playing around in my head with, just random thoughts, is that because there's like some articles I read that are like, conspiracy theorist stuff, whatever. Mm-hmm. But there is in Wuhan like a CDC type of place for their government, and I just think that the way, I'm not saying people would devastate world markets, but, with all the movies that are out there about, we're going to, even with, global warming, climate change, we're going to kill this earth. There's too many people for this planet, blah, blah, blah. And, if you have people dying, think about like, what was that movie?
Contagion?
No, I actually never saw that. Not the Da Vinci Code, the Inferno, right? Where it's based on a book by Dan Brown. The movie was great with Tom Hanks. And basically it's this guy who has this theory about how if you do not get rid of, it's a little Thanos-y, you don't get rid of half the population, mm-hmm. In 100 years, we're going to be extinct. So he created a virus or pathogen or whatever that when released would kill half of the planet. Ugh. Right. And so with corona, I'm like, I could see if someone presented the right argument. I'm not saying they would be wrong. I would be open to hearing about it, but that doesn't negate the fact that I think it's a very real, very deadly virus, but I don't feel like it's connected to 5G. And as far as the New World Order is concerned, I think there's a lot as the public that we don't know. I think that there are, if you've watched Scandal, Papa Pope, how he was, command, he was power, all of that. Do I think that there's a select few that possess that? 110%. Absolutely. So I don't think it's connected for the umpteenth time, but I think that there's a lot of things in play and operating in the background that we as the general public are not privy to, will never be privy to. And, it's very clear that, most of that stuff is motivated by money and not by the care of people. Hurricane Katrina happened and they give out these FEMA trailers to, rehome people and, trying to help people get up by their bootstraps, and we're going to take care of our people in our country. Yeah, those things are so fucking hazardous. People started having respiratory issues. People started dying, birth deformities. They had an insanely toxic amount of formaldehyde in them. They were only, I think the safe amount is 8 parts per billion.
What were these things again?
The FEMA trailers. After Hurricane Katrina, because people were displaced, they lost their homes, it was flooded. They made these trailers very quickly and very cheaply
for people to live in. That's it.
For people to live in, but they were fucking death boxes basically. And people moved into them. They started getting sick, and then there was this huge investigation, and they had to keep the trailers in Louisiana up into a certain date in 2010, and then after for evidence. But then after that, they were allowed to sell them, and that's exactly what they did. So they sold them, and they put stickers on the windows that said not for housing, or not safe for housing. But when they would sell them, like big auction houses would buy them, right? And then resell them because that's what they do. They took the fucking stickers off. And then when the oil boom happened, in like South Dakota or wherever all that fracking and all that kind of stuff started happening, where do you think those trailers ended up at? They ended up they're scattered all throughout the U.S. And
I didn't know all about all this stuff. This is crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
scaring me.
To say that the government always has, like, the government should be for the people, and the government should be scared of its people, and not the people scared of their government. But unfortunately, the world that we live in, that is not an actual thing. We should be a little fearful of our government, and they, you know, on paper work for us, but I can't say that they have our best interest at heart most of the time.
Yeah, I agree with you, honey. I'm enjoying all the Pilar facts today.
Oh my God.
You're giving us a great history lesson on things that I don't think a lot of people have done the research on. So this is awesome.
You know, I like love these like documentaries and
Boop.
don't start.
Pilar facts.
Don't start.
For those who don't know, if you've been on my vlog channel, back in the day, we went to Disneyland for your birthday.
Our anniversary.
And and while we were there, what's so funny? What's so goddamn funny?
It was the year before we got engaged. It was our 3rd anniversary.
It was the year before, you think?
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
I'm double checking.
Because you proposed on our anniversary, honey. So how would we have gone to Disneyland?
I thought we went 2 years, but no. You're misplacing it because we went mini golfing on the 3rd.
No.
Mini golfing was not before Disneyland. I'm absolutely sure.
Mini golfing was year 3 because that's when I gave us our bracelets and you had this t-shirt.
Okay, but I'm saying year 2.
Or no, not the bracelets. Wait,
exactly.
What did I
You're
get?
Off. I'm telling
No. I was driving around trying to find that damn villager amiibo and was crying because fucking Target played me so hard.
He's up there in the sky somewhere.
Yeah, but you got that one. I didn't get that one for you.
I know you couldn't get it because Target lied to you.
Do.
But I was gonna say, besides that, listen, I'm talking about the years of the anniversary.
Yeah.
The one in Disneyland is not the year before we got married.
I'll tell you.
Or the year before we got engaged.
I thought it was
because I remember how old we were. We were younger and whatnot. The year for Disneyland had to be year 2. The year for mini golf had to be year 3. And then the year for engagement had to be year 4, I think. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Because Disneyland,
Okay, we're getting off topic.
I remember me personally looking different. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, well, we gotta go to the next.
I don't care about if we on or off topic. You ranted for like 20 minutes on stuff that I did not think you were going to go so deep in.
Yeah, but
it does not matter where this goes.
It pertained to the subject matter. It pertained to the question.
We pertain to the goddamn subject matter. Who you talking to?
Calm down.
We are the
JDiana, take a chill pill.
We are the subject matter.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't care if I get off tangent.
Bust down, JDiana.
Hey,
I want to see your bust.
Hey. All right, but besides that,
goofy ass.
You a goofy ass. Oh, damn, these things hurt my eyes. Look,
Look what?
Nothing. So that was the answer to the Corona question.
Yes.
And then we were talking about anniversary stuff. I was gonna say, did you want to hop in? Well, maybe we talk a little bit and then we hop into because there's another voice message now since the last time.
Let's do it.
Do it now or later?
Let's do it now. This is a voicemail episode now. Boom.
The whole episode?
Yeah. Boom.
I feel like people asked us questions in the chat, so maybe in the comments of the video.
They did, actually.
So we can maybe answer 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah. I'll
I feel like people wanted to hear we're going to end up going through our whole goddamn story, though.
We're not doing that on episode 3. We'll do that with 2
but that doesn't make any sense. We were episode 1, the beginning. Episode 2, the continuation. Episode 3,
yeah,
we were going to follow up on the first year of us being together, I think.
Oh, my God. That's, like, a lot emotionally right now. It's a lot. Like, do you remember?
Yeah, I remember, man.
Like, you want to do that right now?
I don't want to necessarily do that. I was just saying that I remember.
Let's do that.
Let's save that for a future.
Guys.
Where's my camera? Save that for a future episode.
We'll give that to you either episode 4 or episode 5.
Or episode 25. It doesn't really matter.
I just emotionally, I'm just not in a place
I wasn't gonna get into it deep. I was gonna bullet point.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't work like that.
It does not.
No, you can't.
Anyways, voicemail. I'll look through the comments.
All right, y'all. Listen, we're gonna get into our next voicemail, which comes. By the way, if you want to leave us voicemails, leave them
We
on
love them.
Anchor. The Anchor app is the platform that hosts this website, which is great because it's free. I'm not doing an ad right now. I'm just letting you know because honestly, I like it, and I don't know.
It's really great.
If somebody else comes up with a better offer, hit me up. I ain't tripping. I ain't got no loyalty to Anchor. They don't know me.
Relax.
I'm just saying.
Anchor's great, and I love the voicemail thing.
That's why we like it.
It's so cool.
It's one of the best features.
Like, it's so nice to like be able to hear people and the inflection. And I'm gonna make these onion rings tonight.
Is that what you're googling right now?
No, I'm going.
Are you googling
Stop
the
it.
onion rings?
Stop. I'm going.
Going.
I'm going.
Back.
Shut up. I'm going.
Wow.
Bro, because like you're like.
Sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, guys. I'm going.
I had to finish it. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. I'm so sorry, honey. I didn't mean to do that.
You're fucking up our energy. We're not aligned right now, my guy. Like, you need to cut this shit out. No, we're not fucking aligned, dog. Like, I don't know. No. JD, stop. Anyways, I opened YouTube, which I had previously been watching a video on making vegan onion rings, but I'm going to go through our last video and look through the comments. I'm really hungry.
All right. While you do that, honey, I'm going to play
voicemail.
Our next voicemail that came to us after our last episode. And this comes from Stephen Anthony. And
relax.
I was just looking at you. Damn, relax. What's up with my hair? Oh, never mind. All right. Are you not burping into the mic?
Yeah, I didn't. I thought that would be crass.
Yeah, it's very crass. All right, here we go. Stephen Anthony.
Hey, JD and Pilar, this is Stephen Anthony. I'm very sorry about my last message. I didn't realize it was muffled up, but what I was saying was that you guys are definitely an inspiration to definitely your fans. I'm definitely a huge fan of you guys. I love the fact that you guys can definitely speak candidly about your relationships, especially in an age where so many couples try to put on a face and sugarcoat so many things, and you guys are just like, this is us, and that definitely makes us as your fans connect to you guys even more. Aww. And that's why I definitely watch and I love you guys. I do have a question, however. I wanted to ask, how do you guys deal with like a relationship where you're not you feel like you're not compatible because you guys don't have some things in common? How do you overcome that? How do you overcome personalities and learn to compromise? I know that's something I've struggled with in the past, and I definitely would love to hear what you guys think.
It's fine.
Oh, Stephen Anthony, we appreciate the question.
Yeah.
Very good question.
Well, not even,
questions and the nice stuff.
The question was awesome, but that was, thank you for your kind words. That was a really sweet message, and JD, leave it.
I just wanted to sit.
Oh, say that.
Yeah.
I thought you were moving it to be like.
Can I get a sippy? Can I get a sippy of the tipper?
Anyways. Flip the camera back, please.
Oh damn, she like, I need my shine.
I'm talking to them.
I was gonna get to it.
Anyways, thank you for your kind words, because that's that really means a lot to us. We don't like, you guys know, like, we're just ourselves, and like, we don't think of ourselves as anything but us. So
we're just people.
Yeah, and so to hear, messages like that, or when you guys say stuff like that, it means a lot, and it's really sweet, and we're really happy that you guys feel like you can relate, or you can connect with us, and we can impart some type of bizarre wisdom or you can learn from our fucked up or wild experiences. So I just, first of all, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Do you want to start with the relationship stuff, or do you want me to?
I can start.
Okay, go for it.
I mean, they said, Stephen Anthony said, how do you make it work with people who have different
with relationships where you may not be compatible? How do you compromise, and how do you make it work, or decide you want to stay, I guess?
I think it's just I think first things first, communication is key, and you have to talk with one another about what it is that you're going through, and why you're dealing with your maybe your personal trauma or grievances in a way that might be affecting the whole relationship. And I think you just have to sit down, speak with each other. If you need help, go find help in the relationship, such as a therapist or maybe a relationship counselor or guidance counselor. Not guidance, but
I would recommend somebody licensed.
well, no, I mean licensed though. I think there's like aren't relationship counsel? There's not no. Okay.
No, they're relationship counselors. They don't have to be licensed.
Well, what I mean to say is then maybe like a not a marital, but a relationship therapist who understands having to deal with I don't know, personality issues, not necessarily issues, but personality quirks and stuff that you might find, maybe not the best in your relationship, or maybe behavioral stuff that you or your partner might be receiving or sending to each other, and try to, I think personally, figure out what's going on with you first, and maybe speak to someone about the issues that you are having, and then learn from them maybe best practices on how you can learn to compromise or change your outlook, or maybe put yourself in the other person's shoes, so then that way it's not just a one-sided like, oh, I don't like this about them, what do I do now? Like, it's like, that's not, to me, that's not how relationships work. You have to genuinely take the time to, figure out who you are, understand who they are, and then really remember that it's about both of you coming together to kind of like form this partnership in unison. I mean, kind of like forming, I don't know, Voltron or whatever. like you need to be in sync with each other so that you can not that does not mean we're always in sync, by the way.
At all.
Ever.
At all. Jesus.
But I mean, we're learning.
Especially in the morning.
But I mean, yeah. You get up, I stay awake.
No, not that you stay asleep, but like, I get up and I'm like, hey, good morning. And you're like, hey, how y'all doing? And then you come in like,
I come in hot.
No. You definitely come in hot, but you'll be like, why is this over here? Good morning. The fuck? Like, or like,
I don't do that.
Dude.
I need to go to the bathroom first. Like, literally, I walk out of the room.
No, stop. You make a fucking detour because you want to see that, like, I'm still here or alive.
I do that for half a second, and you say, hey, good morning, and you're all nice, and then I'm like...
No. Because
I'm not doing that to you. I'm doing that to just the concept of morning. And I'm like...
No.
I'm like, yeah.
But then, like...
All right.
Like, I'll, like, not say anything, and, like, the other day...
What'd I do?
The other day, dude.
What'd I do? Sorry.
This is marriage, guys, and hopefully Steven,
I think so.
Steven, right? I think it was Steven.
Steven Anthony.
Hopefully you can draw something from this. I don't know. This is how you learn to live with somebody. You just take their quirks. I'm not an easy person to live with. Like, we both have our shit, whatever. So you came out.
I don't remember what the hell happened. So I'm listening.
You got up and you came out, and you did like your lurch from Adam's Family.
Lurch.
Yeah, like that's
who are you describing right now,
dude? You. So you came out, and then I was like,
I lurched over.
You were like walking like lurch, like, and I just kind of looked at you and smiled and was like, hi, and then you picked up my fucking coffee, and you were like, you picked it up and you were like you turned it. Then you just were like, oh, is this your coffee from yesterday? Yeah, but I put it in the fridge and now I'm having it now. And then there was no good morning. How are you? No. Then it was you swirling your fucking finger on the top of the coffee. And you're like, is it trash? There's still coffee in it, by the way, guys. There's like this much.
How much coffee?
There was like this, like a good, like,
Okay.
like a good amount. There's like this much coffee left. And you're like circling your finger, like, is it trash? And I'm like, no, it's not. And you were like, oh, okay. So do you want me to throw it away? And then you went like this. You went like this.
What does that mean?
You fucking tapped my coffee. It was bad enough. It was bad enough.
What
You
does
were
that matter?
circling your... Cuz... Not even a good morning, and you're pressed about what the fuck I'm drinking? Like, are you kidding?
Yeah, it sounds like me.
Like, I can't even get a, like...
That sounds a lot like me.
Hey, honey, good morning. Whatever. Like even like a...
I'd be like saying good morning as I run off to the toilet. I'd be like...
That's after you warmed
morning,
up.
good morning.
That's after you've warmed up. That's not what comes straight out the gate. What comes straight out the gate is this trash? And then I was like, yeah, you can throw it away.
I don't think I do that every morning.
Listen, and then I was like, yeah, you can throw it away. And you were like, but is it trash? Yes, it is trash. Are you sure? I don't want to mess. I'm just going to leave it alone. Bro, you wanted to throw it away. Just throw the fucking coffee
well, that doesn't
away.
make sense. If you still wanted it, why would you say it is trash when it
Because
wasn't?
you've like now like fucking molested my coffee. And you're like looking like you're like passive.
What?
You're passively aggressively telling me you want this shit out your face. And I was like, you know what? I have started my day. I am in a good mood. I'm not going to be taken down by Lurch and my coffee. Like I'm not going, no, just throw it away. I will get another coffee. I don't give a fuck, because I knew once you threw it away, you'd go into the bathroom and then you'd go back into the bedroom and then you'd emerge in like 30 to 40 minutes like a new man.
Emerge.
And so I was like, fuck it. If this is the price of admission, take my coffee.
So wait, the real question though was, like, you skimmed over all of this.
What do you mean?
Was it or was it
It
not?
was not fucking trash, dog. It's a fucking chocachino from Alfred, fam, with oat milk. Are you fucking kidding me? That wasn't trash.
So, okay. I was just double
It's like a
check.
fucking $9 drink.
Damn.
It was my treat
I'm
for
sorry.
launch day.
But launch day was the day before because you were drinking it a day later, right?
I will
Am I-
break everything in this office. I will.
Why? But then the podcast would end.
You
Yo,
think
real talk, get your hands off the mic.
I own this shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
What the fuck?
I will grab whatever the fuck I want.
What the fuck? All right.
Better relax.
This is marriage.
Yeah, Stephen Anthony. But the point of that story, to add,
is there a point?
there was
is there
a point.
left?
There was. JD, don't start.
There
was a shut up. There was a point. There was a point. I said all of that to say as an example, because JD was talking about compromise and you know, learning your shortcomings and learning how to accept people for theirs. You also pick your battles. Was it worth me being really upset and flipping out on JD and potentially being in like a funky mood all day? No, it wasn't. Was it big enough to have a super big, long, drawn out conversation about? No, it's stuff that we've talked about before. So to add to JD's point, when you learn to compromise, it's not so much about giving into what the other person wants. A lot of what compromise is finding a fair middle point for the two of you, and then also you just picking your fucking battles, because everything is not worth your energy. That coffee and him getting his little OCD satisfaction from it was fine. It was not worth me being like, it was not worth my energy of being upset and you know, having my own like, fuck it, just throw the fucking coffee away. It's fine. You'll buy me fries later.
Pick your battles. Mm-hmm. That's something I forgot to say. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna want to skip a few of those. They're definitely pointless.
Yeah.
Even little things like her goddamn coffee is a little pointless sometimes.
It's very pointless.
You just get used to her leaving her little coffee out. That's fine. She's still drinking it from 68, 84 hours ago. That's fine. Just leave it right there.
But like picking your battle, that like of all the things he has to do in a day, that's the one he notices. when he wakes up in the morning, he doesn't see his fucking wife. He doesn't see a new day.
See your goofy ass.
He sees a day-old coffee that doesn't fit into his new day. That's all right. That's what's going on with him. The same way I see, like, my laundry sometimes where I'm like, it's not the end of the world. I will do it. And for him, it's like, I just don't understand why you can't just put it in the washing machine. And I'm like, well, I don't understand why you just can't understand that, like, I'm busy or, like, it's just not a thought in my brain. But you try to find a middle ground. You pick your battles. Is he going to fucking freak out every single time, you know, my laundry starts piling over? No. Does he want to? Absolutely. 100%.
Where's this middle ground we talking about?
100% wants to, like, stone cold Steve Austin me, I'm sure.
Oh, a stunner would be nice. Stunner would be nice. Stunning your ass one time if we had a bracket that could actually hold the bed without breaking. Or like if we had a moon bounce that we just rented out just so we could do wrestling moves on each other.
The fact that
sounds amazing.
The fact that you think you would ever be able to do that to me is incredible.
I'm talking about we'd agree to do it to each other.
I would never.
You could do an RKO on me.
I wouldn't do an RKO. I'd do some fun shit.
RKOs are fun. What are you talking about?
No, I'd have something else in mind.
You don't know what an RKO is. That's what that is.
Okay.
What's an RKO?
JD, I don't know.
You don't?
Picking my battle. I don't know.
Do you know what it is?
I've seen it.
Who does it?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't fucking know these people's names. Are you kidding?
You know the stunner who that belongs to?
But notice how I said Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I didn't say stunner because I didn't know it was called the stunner. I just know it was like a Stone Cold Steve Austin thing.
Whatever, man.
Like, it's like, come on.
Whatever, man.
Anyways.
I'm picking my battle for later.
Can you
get your foot off me?
Shut up.
Get your feet off me. She hates feet, but then she wants to put her feet on my shit. No.
Because
get your foot off me.
JD, what does me not liking feet have anything to do with your perception of feet?
I don't like feet. You don't fucking like feet.
It's ridiculous.
It's because of you. You put that mindset that feet are disgusting in my head, and now
you chose that.
And then no, I didn't choose it. Every day I look down at my dirty ass feet, and all I can think is these motherfuckers are gross.
They're not dirty.
They ashy always.
Anyways,
I can't stop it. Too much. There's no amount of lotion that can fix these hooves.
Can you please play the last half of his message? Because I can't.
That was it. Oh wait, what? The last half?
Yeah. So after his compliments, his question, because I want to make sure, because I'm going to answer it, and I want to make sure that I answer it.
I want to talk about my feet for a little longer.
No, Jake, come on.
That's not fair.
Stop it.
Why?
What are you talking about? It's not fair. Stop. This guy has waited how many weeks to have his question possibly answered?
But we haven't. Hold on. I was answering.
Yeah, you finished your answer, and now I want to answer.
Wait, stop. You already answered.
No, I didn't.
What?
Hey, JD and Pilar, this is Stephen Anthony.
Fast
I'm
forward.
very sorry about
Everybody,
my
I
last
can't
message.
fast
I didn't
forward.
realize it was,
Okay, well, get that away
muffled
from
up,
the
but what I was
microphone.
I don't know when the middle is, Pilar. There's no timer.
Here, hand it to me.
No, why would I hand it to you?
I love the fact that you guys can definitely speak candidly about your relationships, especially in an age where so many couples try to put on the face and sugarcoat so many things, and you guys
why are you
just
sorry?
like, you know, this is us, and that definitely makes us as your fans connect to you guys even more, and that's why I definitely watch and I love you guys. I do have a question, however. I wanted to ask, how do you guys deal with like a relationship where you're not you feel like you're not compatible because you guys don't have some things in common? How do you overcome that? How do you overcome personalities and learn to compromise? I know that's something I've struggled with in the past, and I definitely would love to hear what you guys think.
Okay.
So yeah, it was more about personalities meshing.
Right. So there's a couple parts to, from my perspective, Stephen, to your question. Drea, that tail. Jeez, sorry, that like went up my neck. There's a couple parts to your question. So when it comes to compatibility, that's a loaded statement. You know, are you talking about like sexual compatibility? Are you referring to like common interest? Because at the end of the day, like compatibility is a lot of different things. Like JD and I aren't I'm not super into anime. Like that's not my fucking thing. Like I'm not super into video games. Those are two huge parts of his life. And And that's where the compromise comes in. I think one piece of advice that I always give my girlfriends, and just something I've lived by in general, is if you care about the person and they care about you and you're willing to put in the work, then do it, because there isn't a relationship on this earth that is going to be super easy. Yes, in the beginning, or you guys may mesh really well, or whatever. That is true for a lot of people. That's not true for some people. Some people really have to work at it. But the basis of that is every relationship takes work. If you're boyfriend, girlfriend, if you are married, if you are, in an open relationship, whatever, that's a part of it. And, to JD's point, JD, you can't
Sorry. My bad.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was trying to move her. I was doing it upside down. I'm sorry. She didn't hurt me. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sorry, my bad. Finish your tangent. Sorry, my bad. That was an accident.
Yeah. Communication is really important, and if you guys communicate, you can pretty much get through anything. When you don't communicate and you harbor resentment, and then there's no understanding or even possibility for empathy or sympathy, then that's when it can get really dicey. Struggling with compatibility, it could be a lot of different things. You could maybe not choosing the best people for yourself. And I think there comes a time as we get older and, we all mature into adults, where you want to get really honest about what it is that you want and who it is that you are. Not who your family thinks you are, not who you want to be for the people at work, not for the people you want to be for fucking Instagram or whatever else, but who you are at your core and what you want, and what are, deal breakers for you. What are things that you won't compromise on, because they're very important to you, whether that be religion or children or, having separate bank accounts. I don't know. But that's super important, because that kind of cuts down on the compatibility struggle a little bit. In my experience with my life, when I got really clear about what I wanted in a relationship and what I wanted in a partner and what I, wanted my life to look like, things started to fall into place, and it made it a lot easier for me to kind of just weed out the bullshit, and if people, maybe I would date them, or maybe we would be, talking for 2 seconds, and then I would just be like, yeah, not that it would be a waste of time, but it's just not fair to this individual, because I know this isn't what I want. And what you want changes, and as you get clear about that, you also need to get clear that what you want is going to change. And when you are with someone, especially for a long period of time, what they want can change. And especially when it comes to long-term dating relationships or marriage, I'll use marriage because that's my situation. When you get married, I think there is a big misconception about, I'm going to love this person forever. I'm going to love you forever, or even, if you're in a serious relationship, I love you forever. We're going to be together forever. Yeah, okay, you're kind of being a little fucking naive. And I say it that harsh because it's some real shit. You don't have to do shit. But what I would encourage you to do and encourage you to realize is that when you choose to be with someone, whether or not either one of you realize it, what you're saying is that I care about you, and I want to grow with you, and I want to be with you, and I will accept you for who you are and who you could be in the future. Especially with marriage. I went into our marriage, saying to myself and to JD that I will always love you, and I love you now, but I'm committing to loving the person that you could be in 25 years or 10 years, which could be a very different person. You know, we're not the people that we were when we got married. We're not the people that we were 6 months ago. Life is a crazy fucking thing. And, you know, you may start out being compatible with somebody, or you could start out not being so compatible with them. And maybe as you grow to learn more about each other and build from a basis of friendship, you may learn and be open to maybe turning that into a relationship and understanding that you guys have to work at it if that's something you want to do. But all of that to say, I think, Stephen, my advice to you would be, before anything else, get really clear about what you want in a relationship and what you want your life to look like, and give yourself some grace to understand that that may change. It will change. And that the person that you are with or you want to be with will change. And that's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's not scary. If you understand that's just human nature. And if you just go along for the ride, always keeping in mind, you know, keeping yourself safe, understanding what you want, being very clear about that, and you have open communication, then you'll be fine. You know, before JD and I got married, and before we got engaged, people would be like, are you gonna get married? You guys gonna get married? And, you know, I got to a point where I was just like, you know, I didn't know if we were gonna get married. I didn't know if, like, the marriage would work, even though I wanted it so bad, but it takes more than, you know, one person. And, you know, I really got clear and started to say, like, listen, whether or not we get married, we have something that most people go a lifetime without experiencing, having that type of friendship, that type of honesty, that type of love. So if things change and we don't get married or we don't get engaged, whatever, I'm okay with that, because I went into this knowing, and as I got older and more mature, like, we could grow apart. He's going to change over the years. I'm going to change over the years. And by the time we got engaged, we'd already been together essentially for 5 years, or 4.5. No. Oh my God. No. Okay. 6.5 years total. Right. So, just understanding that people grow and change, and just being open and honest, and you'll be okay. And if you realize that, you know, maybe you have self-destructive tendencies in your relationships, or unrealistic expectations, or even if maybe, let's say you've had 3 relationships and they've ended the same way and they all say the same thing, well, go talk to a therapist. You know, it's really healthy and really great. And, you know, you find a good one, they can be a great sounding board and offer you a varying perspective that you may not have considered before, that could change your mindset and help you to have healthy relationships. So yeah, that's my take.
I like it.
Thanks.
Sorry, I got the cat to attack me.
It's okay, let's just move past that.
Sure. I was gonna say, yeah, and if you know that you don't want something in a relationship, don't deal with it just to see if things will.
Yeah, if it's like something egregious, like, don't just tolerate.
Well, I mean, like,
that.
if the person's bad for you and you know they're bad for you, but you're just like, I just like this. That's not good. Don't do that. And yeah, if you can feel that this is off, or this person is not the type of person that you can find compatibility with, I mean, like, if you can see that early on, then try to wrap it up. That's what I used to do. I would just sit back and be like, yeah, I don't like you as a person. So I'm gonna go. Hey, it was cool though. Hey, nice meeting you though. Hey, I hope you do all right. All right, not with me, but I hope you do all right. Okay, all right. So yeah, that was their question. Okay. Shout out to Steve and Anthony. We do appreciate it. That was really That was a really nice. It was well done, well put together question. We appreciate it. To the rest of y'all, be sure to send us more questions on Anchor, or if you just want to say hi and leave positive vibes, that's also cool. Those are always appreciated by leaving us reviews. You know what it is on all the streaming platforms, whichever ones allow you to leave reviews. Written ones are great too. Those are really fun to read, so we appreciate when y'all do that. is there a comment that you'd want to answer
Yeah,
before
I'm looking for one right now. Let's see here.
Yeah, I see. I mean, or we could just get in. I mean, we've done a whole lot of. Well, yeah. I mean, we could keep
Yeah,
it going.
but like we can do one.
We could talk about. I was gonna say we could talk about how things are for us right now with our relationship since we're stuck in the house all the time, but we already kind of touched on COVID.
Yeah.
So. And I would just say they're great.
Fabulous.
I mean, they're not bad.
No, they're not bad.
They're not bad.
They're
we
not
have our
bad at all.
days.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we're fucking human.
I mean, I heard right now that the divorce rate is super high.
Oh yeah, everybody's been talking about Rona babies. I'm like, y'all don't understand. There are insane amounts of married couples not making it out of this shit alive.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one from Kate Nick Gaming. I'll just read the whole thing. It's really sweet. This is my favorite podcast already. I love your personality. It's so hilarious and bold and true to you. It'd be cool to see you guys talk about Tiger King and Love is Blind, which maybe we'll talk about those in the next podcast because the second half of her question is really cool. And I think it's something we should talk about. What made you start therapy? Like, was it something you always considered, or was there a point you just decided right then to start, and different ways to stay motivated to start working out and keep at it? You two are great. Thanks, Kate.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I'll start this one off.
Sure.
Personally.
Go for it.
So to answer your therapy question, I've been considering therapy for years. At least 10-ish years, and I just never really got around to it. I am a very self-aware person, and I didn't truly understand how my trauma was showing up in my life. And it got to a point where I saw certain behaviors in myself that I did not like, and I didn't understand why I couldn't stop them from happening, or I couldn't stop feeling the way that I was feeling and behaving the way I was behaving. And then there were some comments that were made, and I was just like, you know what? I really need to figure this out. And then there was also some, like, marriage is hard, right? And so we were going through a bit of a rough patch, and I really, it was out of my wheelhouse. I didn't have the tools to deal with it. And I knew that I needed help in communicating, because my communication at work, fabulous. My communication in my relationship, not the best. And that's being kind. So that's why I started therapy, and I've continued therapy because I have seen a big change in myself and the way I think, the way I address and deal with my trauma, the way I take care of myself, a lot of different things. And I'm still in therapy because I'm still working on it, and I still have some things that I'd like to iron out before I stop. So yeah, that's why I started therapy. And then with working out, I ran track in high school. I played a bunch of sports. I was a dancer in high school and professionally for a little bit. And I got lost with working out because I worked at Mac, and it was very stressful, and they don't treat their managers the best. If you're an artist that works there, it's great. If you are a manager, it is fucking rough. And I got depressed, and then I was no longer working there at a certain point, and I just fell into like a really bad depression and gained a bunch of weight, and my cortisol levels were fucked. And I don't think I realized how bad it got, right, for a while. And it just, not like, oh, I'm this huge fat whale, but like it's not fucking healthy. Like, my frame was not built to carry this much weight. And I was trying to get back into working out, but again, I had the mental hurdle to get over. which we're still working on in therapy because I, don't exactly have the best like self-image of myself, and I'm not always super kind to myself. So that's something I'm really working on. And what really kicked it into gear was when because we worked out a little bit, but it really hit me when John left. And that's just the way I have to say it so I don't like lose my shit. And it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks that life is it's like someone took the rose colored glasses off of my eyes. Like I thought I saw the world and I understood what it was. And I learned very quickly in a matter of seconds that I had no idea what real life was, and pain and sorrow and whatever. And all of that to say, you only get one body, and if you don't take care of it, or if something happens, there is no replacing it. And for me to be, at the time I was 30, so for me to be 30 and not respecting the body that I was given, and the privilege of being able to work out, and the privilege of being able to walk and breathe unassisted, it really humbled me and made me realize you're being a piece of shit and an asshole, and you need to buck the fuck up. Like, you can't keep going through life like this. Like, you have to take care of yourself, and your body and your mental health is more important than work, and more important than doing all the other bullshit I was doing. And then also, it's not just me anymore, right? I'm married. I have a partner. I have somebody who I love and I care about and I feel responsible for. So if I'm not taking care of myself and something happens, what does that say about me as a wife? Like, I didn't care enough about my family to take care of myself. I wouldn't ever want to put JD in that kind of position. So for me, I started working out because I realized that I needed to respect my body and the gift, then the blessings that I've been given by being able to walk and just be able to move about life, because everybody is not able to do that. And I wanted to feel good about myself, and I wanted to get back to the body that I had before, because I always say that the body that I had before I gained weight was the body that I was given. This is going to be the body that I earn. And I really wanted to earn it, to show myself that you can do this, that you can get over those mental hurdles. And anytime I get down on myself, which I fucking do, I do not work out religiously 6 days a week. I'm sure as much as my trainer would love me to, I don't. But in those moments when it's like, I don't want to do shit, I don't want to get up, I don't want to work out, don't ask me to pick up a weight. I may have 1 or 2 days like that during the week, sometimes 3, but then I, kind of look in the mirror and remember, like, hey, this is it, kid. Like, 5 minutes from now is not promised. 20 years from now is not promised. And if you want to have kids and have this life that you've, prayed and wished for, it requires participation on your part. They say faith without works is dead. So I have faith that, God is going to bless us, which he has, and that, we're going to have beautiful children and this great life. But that means that I have to do the work and take care of myself. So those are things that I remember when I need to work out and get off my ass. And that is why I started going to therapy.
That's so well put. I don't want to talk. You good with words, man. You just too good with words. The way you take words, it's like you stringing them together like you're a maestro. It's so nice. You should write. You write books.
Not anymore.
You used to write books?
Kind of.
Did you used to write stories?
For fun, yeah.
For fun?
Yeah.
We could have had 6 seasons of the movie by now.
Stop.
You could have been on your, what's her name? J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Oh.
I just
No, you're good at this though, honey. You're great. You're a great storyteller. I love it.
Thanks.
Yeah. But no, those are very valid reasons. I can't imagine I'm gonna say anything that
It doesn't have to be that
I'm gonna be like I went to therapy because I cried once. And I'm working out because and I'm working out because my belly's starting to
Oh.
get. No, I'm joking. But I was gonna say I'm working out because I can't see my little man past my belly.
Which is not true.
I know,
Not
no. I'm
true.
saying that
But
would.
yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
that's like the basic type
reason.
of response
Right.
that man would come up with. Man.
But that's just me. That's why your reasoning and your stuff is very different. I mean, the working out alone, you're a way more disciplined person than I am when it comes to fitness. Way more disciplined.
Yeah, well, I guess that's just what I am. Thank you.
Like, you never complain.
Good morning.
Like, something
Thank
weird.
you and good morning.
Something I think
I miss my good morning, and I'm
Shut up.
getting
Don't
it
start.
back
No,
right
you're not.
now, please.
Like, one thing about JD that, like, people obviously don't know that I think is freakish
Is what?
is, like, when you were, I was telling my dad about talking to my dad about this today when I was walking, how you are freakishly athletic and, like, no workout. I don't care how hard it is. No bitch is ever going to see you, like, break down. Like, we would work out with Fletch. I would be crying and you guys wouldn't know because I was sweating so much. And I would be like, oh my God, fuck you, Fletcher. I hate this. Like, I want to die. I would, like, throw a freaking, I threw a foam roller at him one time and he, like, moved out the way. Like, you have 5 more. Just knock it off. And you, like, I've seen you get murdered in workouts and you're just like, all right, what's next? And I'm like,
I mean, I don't know.
I just be looking at you sometimes like, nigga, are you still? I can't breathe. I can't move. Like, I feel like I'm dying. I think I left my spleen in my lungs back at the car, and you will be dripping sweat. I can tell, like, you
This
are
getting me and riled up. I kind of work out right now.
like, I see that, like, you've exuded energy, but you're just like, all right, what's next? And then the audacity, the most audacious shit ever. After a workout, you want to stay and do abs? No, the fuck I don't. You want to know why? Because I don't know that I'm gonna make it to the car, and I'm too heavy for you to carry right now.
You want to stay and do abs?
Yeah.
That sounds like some me shit.
It
Because I
is.
feel like, depending on the day of the week, I'm like, if
You don't
didn't-
trust a trainer that doesn't give you an ab workout 3 times a week. You don't.
Yeah.
Tony Horton has you
Tony
fucked
Horton,
up.
my man, yo, big T dog, T what?
Did you drink all of my drink?
No, it's over here.
Okay, can you pass it back? But that little departure, now you get to answer the question
Lord have mercy.
about, why you started therapy.
Yeah, I started therapy. I'd say I started therapy more or less just to figure us out because, it was, I think I had been thinking of doing it probably before did we think about doing it before we got married to an extent? We had talked about it.
We were going to do, like, premarital counseling, but
yeah, premarital counseling.
it just didn't work because we got married so fast and I was traveling so much for work. Like, it was a scheduling nightmare. It was impossible.
Why did we get married so fast?
'Cause of you.
I had to rush us?
Yeah. It's in the blog. You were like, yeah, something in the summer. And I was like, oh, okay. And you were like, no, this summer. And I was like, I'm sorry. In 7 months.
If we didn't need to do it, we didn't have to do it, right? Or did we do it? Or did we do it because we were just like, oh, I got it.
I think for you, that's what it was.
Facts, but still.
Which that's a whole other podcast episode we can talk about later because that's a whole can of worms.
That ain't business.
Oh.
I mean, maybe.
Oh.
I ain't divulging all my secrets to y'all. I gotta keep something sacred, baby.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
honestly, I think one day we should talk about that because I think that would be really helpful.
One day.
Yeah, but anyways, so why did you start therapy?
10 years
and what
from
keeps,
now, one day.
And what keeps you
okay,
motivated
listen,
when you work
I don't
out?
know. I was gonna say, I was gonna say the therapy of recent was more of, was more or less just to kind of I wanted to genuinely go there to learn how to have conversations with you about things that that mattered in the grand scheme to both of us, but I guess that I didn't know how to voice my opinions to you.
Right.
Or voice it in a way where I could see it from both sides. I've tried plenty of times to see it from your perspective, and every time I saw it from your perspective, I was like,
didn't make sense.
No, I was just like, you just sound mean. I was like, you sound mean if you're someone who can't take criticism the way you can take it. Or
I'm mean or you're mean?
I'm mean.
Oh.
If I'm listening from your perspective, I sound like a dick for stuff that I'm saying, not because of the level of criticism I can handle, but I was just like, JD, you're too brash and honest to say it the way that you would say it. You need a way to say it where there's some padding or some pillows or like I don't know. Like, yeah, like you need like those things that stuntmen jump onto when they jump off of buildings to land into. Marshmallows, which is spelled with an A, by the way. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Sorry, we were playing this game the other day, and marshmallow came up, and people were spelling it wrong.
That's so funny.
Scribble.io. All right. So yeah, it was more or less just trying to know how to communicate as a husband to his wife about husband and wife stuff that I was like, well, I feel like I throw hints. I feel like I lead by example, and I feel I don't. Is that it? I don't do that at all?
No.
You took a deep ass breath.
No, sorry.
You're saying I don't at all?
No, I'm not saying you don't at all.
You're saying that my approach is a little too forceful or something?
No.
Is this something you want to tell me after I finish my tangent, or would we talk about it later?
I can wait until after your tangent because you were on a roll. Sorry.
I mean, whatever. Now you threw me off. I don't know what the hell I was talking about.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess that was my whole approach to it. I was just sitting back thinking, how do I talk to her about this without coming off as I don't know, not even just like a terrible person. I just think it's one of the things where it's like, I can, like, if somebody told me what it is, I would be like, oh, okay, that's what it is. Here's what I have to do. Or if I want to do it, I'll do it. If I don't, I don't. But then I was like, other people don't work like that. You can't just tell somebody, hey, man, I don't know.
Hey, man.
Hey,
yo, dog, pick up your shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where I was trying to learn better communication skills, and I wanted to give, if I had any concerns or grievances or even positive information, I wanted to pass that along to someone as a filter, hear how they would perceive it from an unbiased place, and then regurgitate it back to me, and I could like take notes in a way.
Excuse me.
I think that's what I was trying to go for. But then I went to therapy and my dad was dead, so I was like, well, let me just talk about this now. I mean, I don't know. That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's the truth.
That is
Whatever.
exactly what happened.
I mean, honestly, like it was one of
the same day.
Well, my therapy session was it supposed to happen that day? No.
No, you scheduled it.
For the
following Tuesday.
I scheduled it that same day?
Yeah.
No, I scheduled it 2 weeks before.
No.
I don't think so. Or maybe I did.
You did, because I was like, we were like, well,
it's the same day?
It was earlier in the day. It was in the early afternoon. Yeah.
Well, I scheduled that garbage. Scheduled it when he died. And
before you knew, I
scheduled it the morning,
before
afternoon.
He left us.
Sure. I think I sugarcoat the way when he died. What you mean?
Okay, you say it your way. I'm still struggling with saying that.
Yeah, me too.
Like it's hard.
I feel that, but yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened with my therapy. I ended up thinking, oh, I'll go talk about shit I'm dealing with, and then I got there and I was like, hey, I'm dealing with new shit, so let's talk about this. And just that's where my therapy sessions have went and gone for the last what feels like, I don't know,
6 months.
It's been 6 months.
Yeah,
it's been 6 months. Yeah, so for the last 6 months, that's where my therapy has resonated from. I've also gone to therapy when I was younger, but I don't think that wasn't my choice. That was just me being a kid, and my parents put me in there thinking that they could solve a problem with someone talking to me, but that's not how it necessarily works.
And there wasn't a problem.
No, I don't think there's a problem at all. I think it was just parents being parents. But yes, so then when I ended up in therapy, I had to unload all this stuff about my father and figuring out why, not obviously why I'm so upset. I'm sick because it's crazy. Like, it didn't make any sense. Even now, it doesn't make sense. It's one of the things where it's like so weird.
Right.
When I think about stuff about him, I sit back thinking I could just call him.
Mm-hmm.
or I could just like text him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all very odd. But that was my original reason for therapy.
Right.
If I dive too deep into it, I'll probably just start crying on camera. Just be honest. I drove by, I told you that earlier, the new market.
Mm-hmm.
That made me sad.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do?
That's a hard one.
Yeah. But I was going to say that was my inception of therapy. It then took a U-turn to talk about different things, but now it's starting to focus more on us and relationships with the people that I know in my life, family members, friends, myself, Pilar, and how our marriage is growing and getting better over time. I mean, it's one of the things where we've been married 3 years, which sounds crazy.
Yeah, in July it'll be 3 years.
3 years in July.
10 years in June.
This June?
Yeah.
Okay.
2010, 2020.
I almost added 3 years to the 10. I'm about to say 13, ain't it?
No.
Okay.
June
Well,
15th.
So, you know.
And people change.
People change and people grow and people, I guess if you think of Pokemon, they evolve.
Life events change people.
Yeah, life events, all that stuff. So, you know, I'm glad to have you in my life, and
Glad to have you too.
yeah, I'm glad that we have each other because, like, you know, growing through this time together has been beneficial.
Yeah.
You'll bring it up. But it's just hard, you know, but it's one of them things where when my dad passed away, all I could think to myself was like, oh, okay, so this is what he's always complaining about. He's always complaining about not having his friends around.
Mm-hmm.
He's always complaining about getting older and he's getting tired of this. And it's just one of them things where, like, older people, to a certain degree, get sick of living. Like, you can hear it in their voice. Not that that's what my dad was going through, but it's just like if you get bitter and curmudgeon and all you can think about is the negative side of it, you'll hear a lot of older people be like, I don't want to live till X amount of years. I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I don't want to be in a bed stuck because I can't, because I'm still stuck in this, you know, in this plane of existence. Like right now, you know, like Pilar said, we have, like, you know, the privilege and the benefit of being young, youthful, and running around, being able to jump, hop, and skip and do as much as we can with our bodies. So you sit back and think to yourself, you know, like, do all the things that you can do to help yourself grow as a person. If you need therapy because you have questions that you don't have the answers to, go get it. If you're not sure how to take care of yourself and you can afford to get a trainer or maybe get a membership to a health club or a membership to an online video service where people can help you better your life, go for it. Don't sit around and take your existence for granted because, you know, it's really unfortunate and not fun, I guess, when you get to the end of the road and all you can think about is like, man, I just wasted a lot of time doing stuff that I should have been really working on myself, growing as a human being. And yeah, that's why therapy technically started for me. And then fitness, as Pilar explained so thoroughly, I am a machine. I am a beast. And no one can stop me in the gym. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, the fucking accuracy, though.
I'm joking. I was going to say...
Like, you are, though.
I've always been physical. Well, honestly, not really. I only got into physical activity when, like, my parents were like, you playing too many video games.
Wait, really?
Well, I mean, like, I'd play, like, the casual at school handball.
You played basketball?
Not when I was really young. I played baseball when I was young, but it was like handball, tetherball. I used to jump rope. My dad was like, hey, man, what you do? Why are you doing that weird shit, JD? And I'd be like, what you mean? We having fun. I'll be with the girls jumping rope. But I remember as a kid that, like, those were the activities I was doing. And then as I got older, I started getting into, like, basketball and youth hoops and sports. But I was not good. I was butt cheeks. I was ass. I only started getting decent at it when I turned 13, 14 and started watching And1 mixtape videos. And And1 mixtape videos started to be my new go-to because I was like, yo, why don't they show this side of basketball where dudes is hot dogging and handling the ball with such...
Cookies.
Well, yeah, just handling the ball with such a skill. And I then became a huge fan of Hot Sauce, who was part of the And One mixtape. Ayo, Ali Mo, shoot, I don't forget who else was part of that. Half Man, Half Amazing. And NBA players who I started to resonate with would be like Iverson, because of the braids and the cool look, and T-Mac and Kobe and all this stuff. And I knew, like, because The Last Dance has been playing lately on Netflix, but I saw, like, I was young when Jordan was in his prime, if not going out the door. Like, I mean, I was born in 88, so, like, I feel like the Jordan I got to see was 95, 6, and 7. I definitely was around for 91, 2, and 3, but I was, like, so young I probably wasn't even able to absorb it. But I remember my dad and my uncle and all my, older family friends were like, ooh, that MJ, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know. I would like to say that basketball turned into a recreational thing that I started to enjoy. Still wasn't good enough to really showcase it in any type of popular way. Like, I got into middle school, or got into like junior high, or is that what they call ninth grade? Ninth grade
is your freshman year of high school. Seventh
so
and eighth
as a
grade is
freshman,
junior high.
as a eighth grader and ninth grade, I remember I would play like on JV and all that stuff. And I was like, whatever. I was like the biggest dude, which is funny because like I was not a big man, but I was like one of the bigger dudes. So they made me play the 4 and the 5, which is like the post. And I would have to learn how to just drop step, put the ball in, drop step the opposite way, put the ball in. And I honestly I still can't go left. That's probably one of my worst things that I'll ever admit. Boy, I cannot do left hand layups for the life of me. I can get it. I can figure it out and get it in, but I cannot do it with ease. I cannot go left the same way I can go right. But I can drive left and finish right.
Oh.
Which is completely that defeats the purpose though. But yeah, I would say basketball as a young man is what kind of put me in the physical activity category, along with baseball, kickball, just spending time with friends. All my friends were pretty like young athletic kids, so that was a thing. And then
in college, you and Dave like used to do the Hodge twins stuff.
I know. Well, no, we weren't into Hodge twins then. That was like later. But I was gonna say, I got into high school basketball, and then they started teaching us about like building muscle and conditioning, and actually building your body up for the game of basketball, because you want to put some muscle on so you can muscle people around on offense, defense, however you want to play it. And I remember after that I got a gym membership. That was like my first gym membership. We would work out at school, and we would go into the gym there, which had a bunch of old rusty weights just like in the old movies. But then I got a gym membership to 24 Hour Fitness, started working out consistently, and just started to learn how to kind of develop my body. I remember we bought like some weights at my parents' house, and they were like 25-pound weights that I would try to lift and do certain things with and exercises as a young man.
So crazy.
And I mean, but then I didn't really understand, like, I mean, that was me just kind of like messing around at the gym. And that's also kind of what I still do, because if you go to the gym without a plan, it really sucks. If you don't have a plan, you don't really know what to do. Like,
and it's overwhelming when you don't have a plan.
It's overwhelming, but it's like one of those things where if you don't have a regimen or some sort of like guide to tell you what it is you're going to get done today, you just go in there and you just kind of like start messing around with everything.
Around.
Well, yeah, you kind of like, you'd be like, just do some
push-ups. On your phone.
Well, that too, you start getting distracted, but you'll like say to yourself, like, instead of having a clear, concise, hey, today is chest, so we're going to do X amount of exercises for your chest, however many rounds per exercise. That's one thing. But if you go in there and you're like, man, I don't know what I want to do today. Chest, glutes, butt, calves, arms, you're all over the place. So then as I got older, out of high school into early college, that's when like the P90X started off. Mm-hmm. That's when those videos started catching fire, before the internet was really the internet. And people were like, yo, I know y'all are like buff people. And I remember whenever you go to the gym, you always run into someone who would say, I know you're like you're a trainer, you're this, you're that. But it would always end up in the realm of the end of the conversation saying, yo, but have you tried that P90X though? Yeah. Have you done that? Yo, that P90X is crazy. And everybody would be like, just the name of it sounded wild. Yeah. And then I started doing that in what feels like 2007 to 2000, or maybe 2008, 2009. I would do my own workouts with my friends, of course. Like when you get into college, you kind of just come across friends who are like, "Yo, we should hit the gym, bro." I don't know, if depends on your friends, but if they're athletes and whatnot, that's like, well, let's go play basketball and then let's go to the gym, or let's do the opposite first and then go play basketball. Probably the adverse. Probably work out a little bit and then play basketball to get cardio in, so you could hit both. So I remember doing that with friends back when I went to school in Atlanta for a little bit. And then I went to school out here in California. And then I would make videos at a certain point, but I wasn't even sure what I was making with like my friends Dave and Ronnie and Paul and Chris and Henry. And I remember me and Dave made like a workout video series that was just, it wasn't even a series. It was one.
Oh, I remember those videos.
We made 2 videos. They're on the internet somewhere if you want to look them up. And we only made that video because we saw the movie Never Back Down. You seen that movie?
Oh yes,
the mixed martial arts kid movie.
Yes.
We loved going to see movies like that on the weekends during college or whenever the release night or date was out. And we would do, like, it would be me, Dave, Chris, Ronnie, Miguel, Paul,
Henry.
Maybe sometimes Henry. Henry had his own crew, so it wasn't really the same.
Yeah. No, because he was in Miami at that time.
Even then, he had his own. Even when he came to the same school as me,
he had Bobby and his crew.
He got his own crew.
He was slanging.
Everybody had their own. He was slanging what?
Candy.
Let him know.
Sorry, our friend Noah was.
That was high school.
Yeah,
that wasn't college.
Yeah, but I'm saying
slanging.
He was slinging candy. He had like people selling candy for him. He's a fucking hustler, dude. Like,
and now he's an A&R at Def Jam.
SVP of A&R. Put some respect on that name.
There it is.
SVP Preston.
He learned. Hey, he learned that slanging can turn into a good job.
I mean, honestly, Noah is probably one of the smartest business people I know, and his wife, because they just got married, he's a smart dude, brilliant lawyer, smart enough to marry Nina. And
True.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, he's a hustler. But yeah, I was gonna say fitness went from like high school basketball to college messing around to watching like martial arts movies and thinking we needed to be buff, and and then I got into like P90X, which actually I think worked really well when I was younger and I had the time for it. I only finished it once, if I'm gonna be honest, with like 100% of it, and that was like 2008 and 9, and I had to find the days to get through it. I remember I got to like day 88, and I was like, bro, I do not need to finish this. I'm good. I'm cut. I'm ripped. I'm done. You know, that was the first one. That was the one that you.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. But you had told me, because when P90X2 came out, you were like, ah.
And then I got into P90X2, but then midway through, I messed up my ankle because some dummy jumped and broke. He didn't break it, but he like tore. I don't know. He messed up my ankle when I was playing basketball at the gym, and then I had to rehab it. And then in rehabbing it, I got to the point of being able to play again, and then I played again, and I threw my back out. And I threw my back out because my ankle was ready to get back to work, but my body had not done high-impact sports in a long time, and I forgot how much a rebound takes out of you. So going up into the air, trying to use the full force of your back, your legs, your glutes, and everything, if you haven't worked on them in a while, can help you slip a disc. I didn't slip a disc, but it might as well have been because it felt like it. But yeah, then healed up, got better. Still have back issues, but unfortunately, they've gotten better over time. And I started getting to acupuncture, which has helped. But it's just that now that we have Corona, we can't even go there and do that anymore. But so I'm just trying to take it easy, one day at a time. But then it's funny, I'm just going from each P90X to each one. It was just it went from P90X 1 to 2.
You were the P90 guy.
But you know what? In between that, I did Insanity. Insanity I did between P90X 2 and 3. And Insanity, you want to just lose weight? Just do Insanity. Do Insanity and don't eat bad. Like, and by bad, I mean you can even just do this simple step of cut sugar, milk, and wheat. Cut sugar, milk, and any type of wheat out of your diet. Gluten. So, gluten. What about it?
Gluten's inflammatory.
Well, there you go. But I'm just saying, cut all those. If you cut those 3 and do insanity, oh, you drop 20 pounds in like 10 days. Like,
Not 10 days.
I'm just saying.
By the end of the program.
I remember doing insanity, and after like week 3, I was like, I lost like 14 pounds.
But
not everybody will get the same results.
Yeah, because again, this
results
also,
may vary.
This also speaks to like your freakish athletic nature. I have never in my days met somebody or known somebody that can work out once or twice, just once or twice a workout, fucking shredded the next day. Infuriating.
That's got nothing to do with me. That has to do with like muscle structure and genetics that I get from my parents. I can't do anything about that.
Whose body is it in?
Wait, whose body is it in?
Yeah, it's your body. So yes, we can.
You made me
give
think
shape.
real deep about that. I was like, the body's with inside the body. That's the skeleton inside the body.
No, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. I was just gonna say, I think that's just like looks, because it's not necessarily the truth. Like, because I just finished doing a 4-week workout and I feel the same as I did before.
You feel the same. Trust me, you don't look the same.
Oh well.
Trust me.
I
JD,
think I
do 25 push-ups.
But
the next day you come out looking like fucking Vin Diesel.
But that's muscular dystrophy. That's your muscles building up, and they still have the pump in them. Like
next day?
Yeah. The pump can stay. I'm being honest. The pump can stay like that long until you get back to your routine.
It doesn't stay for everybody, is what I'm trying to say. I do 25 push-ups. 1, my arms are gonna fucking fall off. 2, I'm not looking shredded the next day.
But I think that depends on where your body, like, I think that depends on like what your body is used to anyway. My body's not used to taking off long periods of time between workouts.
But even when I was in the best shape of my life, like I always used to have a joke.
When you're younger?
Yeah, I always used to have a joke how like zits and fitness would show up late for me. Like I would go to finals, be stressed the fuck out, look fabulous. The next week I look like a fucking Klingon with all the zits on my face. And then with working out, I could like kill myself for like a week or two. It's not showing up for a week or two. Like it's delayed. And that was when I was like lower body fat. But everybody's body is different. You just happen to have the type of body that is like supersonic Black Panther.
I don't think that's the truth. I think that's I don't know. I only say that's not the truth in my opinion because that's what P90X did for me, because it wasn't, I was just like what you're talking about. You're talking about plateauing and not seeing the results that you think you're supposed to be gaining back from the workouts you're doing.
No, they would show up. They just took longer. Like results take longer on me to show up than I feel like most people personally.
I believe like I'm not saying that's not true. I'm saying that I think if you curb your workouts and routines and change things around, or kind of like throw your body out of whack, you can put it in that place where your muscles start to do that, I think.
But I'm telling you, that's what I would do, and it still would show up later.
How would you know that's what you're doing? I didn't know I was doing that.
Like you break out of your routine. You're not just going to keep.
But it's not something that you would know. It would be in my brain. I'm saying it's something that a professional, like the same way a therapist knows something if they're licensed, the same way like a professional fitness trainer would know.
Okay.
I mean, we can, I guess. I'm just saying in the sense of like, I forgot what that thing is called that they do. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It was like a thing in P90X that they talked about where they explained
muscle confusion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but I'm saying depending on like the consistency and all that stuff. You're saying you were doing muscle confusion in high school? Because I wasn't.
Yeah.
How? In what way?
Well, I was running track and I was dancing. So I'm not doing the same thing. Like people running track were doing the same thing. People that were dancing were doing the same thing. I would have to adjust and make it work because I had to keep my legs strong enough to be able to get over the hurdles, do high jump and run. But I had to keep all my muscles and my tendons long and lean enough so I didn't look like a fucking soda can when I was dancing, and so that I could still have the same amount of stamina. So that type of cross training breeds muscle confusion because I'm never doing the same thing every day. It was always different. Even as like a professional dancer, you're not doing the same fucking routine every single time. It's completely different. It could be slower, faster, heels, no heels, 5 classes a day, 2 classes a day, you're definitely not 5 classes a day, or you could do 1 class a day and then, go work out or do yoga.
I hear you. And I think it's true. It's probably based upon different people, different body types, different genetics. I've never in my brain, like, because if that's the case, then I guess I'd say I was doing it too, because I would play basketball and tennis. So I was like working on 2 different aspects of using my muscles, like laterally and other stuff. But my thing is, I wouldn't bet on myself explaining muscle confusion correctly, because I don't think I was genuinely doing it until I started doing those workout videos.
Okay.
But I don't know. Everybody's different, I guess.
But what keeps you motivated to work out?
Oh, I don't know. I just don't want to get fat. Like, I'm thick right now, which is fine. Like, I don't have like my 6-pack, but in like a good light, I have like 4. But right now, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I just don't want to be so unhealthy that I can't move or that I'd fucking die from it. That's it, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair.
But at the same time, I say I'm motivated, but I don't really act on it as well as I should. I kind of like, sometimes I'll be blowing it and I'll just be eating whatever the fuck I want. And
yeah, but give yourself a little grace. And it's like there's a lot that's happened in the past 6 months.
I'm talking about before that. I still work out and not take care of my shit. Like, it's just one of them things where as you get older, it gets harder to maintain everything. So my thing is, as long as I can like try to maintain the form and like, I guess shape that I have currently, that's like the best that I think I'll be able to pull off. I mean, if I wanted to really get down to a lower weight, I can. It's just that takes discipline, and my discipline in fitness is better than my discipline in the fridge. So, I don't really eat a lot of bad stuff anyway. It's just one of them things where if I want something, I'm gonna just eat it because I'm like, whatever. But I don't eat that in excess. I don't ever do that. Like,
yeah,
I don't ever eat sweets in excess. I don't ever eat like sugars, or we don't even really do milk.
We don't do milk.
We don't do milk at all.
Unless it's cheese.
Or unless it's ice cream.
Yeah, that's more of it. But that's a you thing, because the ice cream that I get is dairy free.
So, like, other than...
My froze rose that you ate.
Yeah. So, did we talk about that on here?
No,
Thank God.
That's another day.
No, that's over. We ain't never bring that back up.
Yes.
I'm so good off of that. That was funny.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. It was pretty fucking funny. It was. You were tripping. You was bugging. You know what was up. Hey! You need to chill. You need to chill. You need to chill. Don't be putting hands on me. Don't be putting hands
Get your hand out of my face.
Oh, please. I didn't touch you. And it wasn't in your face. I was coming down.
Don't touch me.
Wait, don't flip this on me now. The fuck? Just because they didn't see you hit me on camera don't mean nothing. I mean, you didn't really hit me. You like tapped me.
Evidence. You don't have it.
People gonna think you abuse me.
I know. He's a battered man.
People gonna think you abuse me now.
God.
They're gonna be like, look at him. Look at this weak man.
She's such a bitch.
Oh,
she abuses
this
him.
man's a simp.
He could have married anybody, but he married her.
Oh, man.
I'll never forget that from when we got engaged. I was like, okay,
somebody
bitch.
Commented that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
On our engagement video. He could have
People are assholes, man.
He could have proposed, he could have had any girl he wanted. He could have had a model. He could have had anybody hotter than her, but he chose what did she say? He chose her, and she's overweight and her teeth are fucked up. And I was like,
that's really rude.
Still get married though, bitch. Have fun on your own. Ain't pressed about you. He seems to like all this thickness, boo boo. So suck my dick.
Did we delete the comment or the person?
Yeah.
Jeez, how rude. But I mean,
oh, that shit made me laugh because I commented back and I was like, yeah, she's huge. Because like people will be like that.
That's a good one, honey.
Thank you.
I like that.
That Google video that we did.
Google?
The Google.
Oh, that was fun.
Because I wasn't like, I was on my period and I was not in a good mood.
Oh, what about
And
it?
I was like really snippy. And people were like, she's a bitch. Oh my God, she's so rude. She's so mean to him, blah, 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 blah. And so like from my YouTube account, I'd be like, dude, she's the fucking worst. What a cunt.
Oh, yeah. I used
God.
to see those.
What a bitch. I can't believe. Oh, he should leave her. And they would never say anything back. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, no, because they're like, what is this? This is weird. Yeah.
No, or like, bitch, I see you.
Oh no, my thing is
I see what the fuck you saying.
Whenever I get rude comments, if it's one of them things where like it takes a lot, I guess, to get under my skin.
It does.
Not much does.
Stuff really. You're really good. You're really, really good at letting stuff, excuse me, not phase you, or just it doesn't even enter your orbit.
Mm-hmm. But I remember where the story was going. What the fuck was I talking about?
Working out.
No. I was gonna say with the commentary stuff. I remember somebody with like, my thing is when people try to leave like hurtful comments, I will write back and be like, nah, that was all right, but I mean, I think you can do better than that. I think like, or if they use racist comment, I'm like,
When all you can do is put a racial slur, you ain't worth my fucking time. You're a bum.
My thing is like, if you try to tell like a dark joke or a mean joke or something, I'll be like, that could have been darker. That could have been worse. I reply wouldn't be like, oh, but you didn't even talk about these things.
Yeah, but that's because you're a comedian.
Yeah. So I don't know. But at the end of the day, yeah, that is where my physical fitness stems from. Tony Horton, youth basketball organization, tennis. I played tennis. I was MVP at my high school. I don't know how good I'd be right now. And just wanting to stay ahead of the Grim Reaper. I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's just one of those things where like everyone who's from like the boomer generation or my parents' generation.
Okay, boomer. Had to. Mandatory.
I would just say that a lot of them don't see the benefit in working out and taking care of their bodies and or even eating right. I mean, we haven't eaten red meat in how long? Like we casually have some.
Yeah, like we'll have a burger every now and again, but we don't buy it. I don't buy it.
I'm just saying, I haven't I ain't gonna lie though, we had steak yesterday. We had steak quesadillas.
Oh yeah, okay. But that was like the first time in like
got us.
We did, but
no. But I'm saying it's very few and far between.
But we also shared it.
True, but regardless of that, I want you to just consider how much red meat you had when you were younger.
Oh yeah, dude.
I would have In-N-Out burger if I get on the minimum 4 times a week.
What?
In high school, it was just the spot.
What?
Maybe on the minimum 3.
Are you serious?
We would have In-N-Out burger. Like, it was the late night spot. It was the afternoon spot. It was the spot if you could get off campus to go grab food. It was just that spot. Like, I'm talking about just the only spot that I could think of like decent, healthy red meat.
Wow.
Other than that,
I didn't go there. I mean, it was by my high school, but I didn't go there a lot.
Burger King though, even that Burger King, Carl's Jr.
For me, para mí, yo quiero Taco Bell.
I did that shit
Number
too.
9 Crunchwrap Supreme. Upgrade that taco to a Taco Supreme, baby.
I needed the quesadilla. I used to get the chicken quesadilla from Taco Bell.
Oh, and chips and cheese.
I would get a
Gordito.
I would get a chalupa.
Oh, do you remember the nacho cheese chalupa?
I don't love nacho cheese, so I probably avoided it. I'm not a huge fan of that or the cheesy gordita crunch. That motherfucker that was around the chalupa. I was like, this is weird. Why did I asked for my soft taco, not my hard?
I don't even know you.
I was a chalupa boy. 4 a.m.
I can't believe I married you.
Yeah, well, that's on you.
Kidding.
Who cares? I was gonna say, them chalupas, boy, were smacking. Ooh, smacking,
bro.
But I'm just saying, I'm just considering like, if I'm going from the age of 20 and below compared to 20 and above, oh my God, my body could handle so much more, so much more of a beating.
See, for me, it was ribs. Like my mom, where Tony would make these like super killer ribs. So it would be like ribs.
Burgers at the barbecue.
We had lots of fish. She would make burgers. We would do Cajun turkey burgers. She wasn't a super big red meat person, but I definitely the ribs alone were enough to give somebody a fucking stroke.
I'm just saying, like, the type of food that you have, depending on what your culture is and who you be around. Me going to my aunt's house any holiday.
Hey, watch yourself.
I love her food, but that's diabetes.
Hey.
It's facts.
Hey, it's not.
It is.
It's healthy.
Stop. What the fuck? Don't you dare say that, which is a lie.
Black people are built for some food.
Yeah. And so are their
No,
so are
that's
their
why-
limbs.
that's
Yeah,
why-
so
that-
is Big
shut-
Mama in her
that-
leg. Yeah,
that is
that's
why,
right.
That is also why black people have hypertension and,
Yeah, because eating pig intestine makes sense.
well, it does make sense when you're a slave and that's all they have left for you to
I
cook.
understand that. We weren't
So-
going that far back. That's just
Yes,
that's
it
that.
is.
You just calling the kettle black. Obviously, I knew that. I knew that. We not.
Anyways.
I'm talking about chitlins in 2020.
Ugh.
I'm talking about pig feet. All these things that nothing against black people.
all right.
It's just that's what we came up. That's what our ancestors came up on. So that's what we started.
Came up on because they didn't have no fucking choice.
Yeah, depending on where you at, south, wherever. But
just depending on if you get stolen from your home country and brought over to a country as a slave. Just throwing that out there.
it's true.
Yeah.
These are all historical facts that hopefully you can still learn about in school.
Don't.
Because some of these schools trying to be making up shit, talking about the slaves came over to bring hard labor and textiles because of their own free will.
Did we?
No, I'm telling you what I've seen in the viral meme hemisphere. Also, we're coming up, I think, on 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, this is long. We got to wrap this up.
So yeah, these are our feelings on life and stuff in general, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, to Steven, right? It was Steven.
Yeah, Stephen Anthony.
Stephen Anthony. Yeah, that wasn't even a question. It was to someone else in
It was to Kate.
To Kate.
Kate Gaming NC.
Yeah, Kate. That's my health thing. And nowadays I just try my hardest to still have a chest and see if I can have just the shadow of abs. And I mean, if I really, and I have good features in certain areas. I have a great back. I have great arms. My arms have never changed.
Bro.
My arms have not changed yet. And when they start changing, that's when I know I'm going to really need to start getting it back.
You have Popeye arms. You have washboard abs with sexy ass obliques and dirty bones. And your back is insane. And then you have this cute little apple booty. You have legs that never lose their fucking definition.
I got great
your
calves.
Thighs.
That's my shit.
Let me get there. Your thighs don't fucking jiggle. They're all muscle. And your calves are fucking insane. Okay? Fucking
so with
superhero.
with that being said, the only part of my body that I mean, even though that wasn't the question, only part of my body I think needs continuous work is the stomach, where 80% of abs are in the kitchen. Shout out to Wallace Caesar.
Shout out to
super trainer, Beachbody Fitness.
Voila.
That's not how you say his name, but still.
I know, but that battle cry you were doing.
I know that was on Instagram. But yeah, if anything, I need to eat better, and I could do more push-ups. That's it.
I'm nodding my head at the more push-ups just so I can look at them because they're really nice.
I don't think I've ever had a real chest up until the point of P90. I forgot to mention.
Funny about your chest.
Yeah, I don't. I have my days where it's good and it's bad, it's whatever. But I was gonna say, to me got in the best shape when I was 2014, 2015, and I did P90X3. But then again, I was really thin.
You have a very lean. So you're literally built like your dad. Because there's a photo of him, and I think
Alex is built more like my dad.
No.
Who does Alex get his lankiness from then? It's not my mom.
Yeah, it is.
When she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Look at pictures of your mom when she was modeling. Basically they each got a kid. There's a photo, I have to find it, of your dad. I had to do a double take. I thought it was you with an afro. Your calves, your waist, your everything. It was crazy. I was like, oh, okay, so this is where he gets his body from. And then Alex, his lankiness, look at your mom. She was very thin, very sinewy as a model. It's very much Alex's frame.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about her frame when she was younger.
Yeah, before you knew her as your mother.
Yeah,
before
of course.
She had kids.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely. And Alexander, but he doesn't even look his age. He's 24, or is he 3?
He's 24.
I mean, I'm getting older. I'm forgetting birthdays. He's 24 and still looks like he's just hit 18.
Yeah, but look at old pictures of your mom. She looked way younger than she still does. She doesn't look her age.
She looks younger. So you're trying to say that 65. I'm going to start looking old than a motherfucker.
No, because that's the thing. Your face is a good blend of your mom and your dad, but from the neck down, boy, I got to find that photo. It was crazy. I was like...
You thought it was the same dude?
Yeah.
Was it him with the tennis courts or something?
He had a fro. He was by some cars. He had shorts on.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but it was and you guys were, he was probably like in his late 20s, early 30s, and it was just crazy because I was like, this is lit, like.
That's me. That's him.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It was really cool to see.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are that's fitness.
That's
and
all,
that's
folks.
health. And that, no, it was nice. It's like a question and answer episode, which is
great.
good. We got a chance to get to talk to y'all about things that we never really, because we kind of just go into our stuff, and then even though we still talked about our stuff.
I know. We're the worst.
No, we're great.
I mean, it seems like you guys like hearing about it, so hopefully it's of some small benefit to you or comedic relief during these strange and uncertain times.
Facts.
If I get one more email talking about strange and uncertain times, I swear.
If I get one more email about
anything,
motherfuckers be hitting me up. I'll tell you, somebody ask me, hey, I'm trying to buy your channel.
The fuck?
But it wasn't individually to me. It was to me and like 100+ people. And they were like, hey, just curious to know if I could buy your channel. Serious inquiry based upon subscribers and whatever, something.
Easy, 5 mil, run it.
Oh no, I'm never gonna sell my channel.
I know,
but it was just one of those things where I was like,
I'm just saying.
I was like, is this what YouTube is? I've heard of people doing that too, and
I've
selling
heard that too,
and selling
and like selling Instagrams too.
I could understand selling it if it's like you made it purely to make a buck off of. Right. I was like,
which some people do,
but I was like, you talking about selling my soul, baby?
That people have no problem selling in this town.
Facts, but I was genuinely like, I was like, yo, you can't put a price on all the time I put into this thing.
Over 1,500 videos you edited.
Over 2,000.
Oh, I don't.
Plus videos.
No, I'm stressed.
And that's just one channel. So it's just one of them things where.
What they wanted you to sell Run GD Run?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
But see, that's when I like make ridiculous offers that I know people are gonna be like, "There's no fucking way." Exactly. So don't call me anymore.
You ain't got no real money because
what's it called?
First off, I know they ain't got no real money. They can't write an email properly.
Well.
Yeah, I got it right here. Serious YouTube account purchase inquiry. Hi there. I'd like to purchase your YouTube account for the right amount of money based on the username and subscribers. If you're interested in selling it, then feel free to contact me at this email. No. Hope you're keeping well. Also, I was just like, I'm not responding to you because this might be a freaking spoof where you try to steal my damn information.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should write back something crazy.
But see, shit like that, I just write crazy what's
I don't respond to emails because I'm too scared about getting hacked and all that crap.
Well, yeah. But like,
you should too. Everybody's getting hacked nowadays.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, remember that that certain producer when we were gonna do that, or when we were thinking about doing that show, and he like
the show with the phones.
No, not the show with the phones, like the reality show.
Yeah.
And I went to the show that you did with the phones, and he was there, and like I think he had like said he was excited to meet me or something, or he said it to you, and I remember you told him like, she's not that kind of girl, dude. And then I went up, or after the show, he like came up to me and was like, is this the infamous blah blah blah? And I was like, cool. And he was just like talking me up, chatting me up, whatever. And he was like, I'm gonna get you on TV. I can see it. You want to be. And I'm like, no, I actually don't. That's like not something I aspire to in life. And he was a nice guy, just he's a fucking producer, so that this is what they do. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna get you on TV. And I'm like, no, you're probably not. And he's like, yeah, I will. And I'm like, you got $500,000 an episode? And he just kind of stepped back and was like I'd hit him or like slapped him. And he was just like, and then he like tried to laugh it off, and I'm like, no, I'm not kidding. Like, I will price myself out of being a part of this. Like, I'm not, I don't have to participate. And he was just like, oh, I'm gonna get you. And I'm like, bro, $500,000 every episode. Y'all got that? You don't even have a network yet.
Hey.
And he was like,
facts.
And then he just started laughing, and then he like went up and started talking to you. And then when we had our Skype meeting later, he like, was still trying to do the whole like,
Was he pitching you for the show that we were already doing, or was he pitching you for the future project that we got talked to?
Not the one that you guys went to Wisconsin for, the
family one.
Yeah, the family one.
Yeah.
Because when we had the Skype meeting, because I think he may have known this earlier, but like when we did the Skype meeting, that was very much when it was like the demographic was going to be based around like, it was going to be like women around my age, so like I would have had more to do in the show. Apparently,
thank God we didn't do
allegedly. Thank God. Allegedly, because producers will tell you fucking anything, right? So, he's like saying all this stuff during the meeting, and I'm just sitting here like, do you not remember me telling you I wanted $500,000 an episode, which they were never going to pay me? Like, you do not make money like that in reality television, okay? Like, you don't until like years later.
They weren't going to put that much money into the motherfucker.
They definitely weren't. They definitely weren't going to do that. But then I'm sitting there and I'm like, you're telling me like the demographic is your age and blah blah blah, and it's going to be you and your people and like the family and all this. And I'm
what
like,
you mean your people? I'm sorry.
well, like our lives and everything. Like you guys are my people, whatever.
I was talking about the joke.
I know.
I
know. But I just got really what you meant.
What you mean, you people? You just got that? Damn.
Because I'm focused on telling a story.
All right.
So I was just sitting there like, you're just digging like this fucking hole because you're giving more and more leverage to be a bitch. And not that I would want to be, but like I just wasn't. Like I made an agreement. My marriage is not for sale. And if JD and I don't want to do this together, we're not fucking doing it. And obviously we didn't do it, but it was just really funny because I'm like, I will say the most ridiculous fucking number that I know you won't agree to. Like that email, like how much would you sell your channel for? $5 million, bro. Run it.
That seems low. We should go higher.
Because he clearly doesn't have $5 million fucking dollars. So that's like an outrageous number.
He didn't even have a CC of a business at the bottom.
Exactly. They weren't gonna freaking he didn't even BCC the other people on the fucking email. So
there are no other people.
No, he said.
Oh no,
he emailed 100 other people.
Oh yeah,
he could have BCC'd them, so you wouldn't have seen that.
He sure could have, and the fact that you didn't, sir, was just disrespectful.
Right, and so I'm saying,
just rude.
I'm saying like with the show and stuff, like. I'm going to say some ridiculous number to show you, like, I'm really not interested, my guy. So, unless you got that $500,000, which we know you don't have a network.
So, you would do it if you got the money?
I mean, no.
No. I get it. You're trying to price yourself out, but what if you price yourself to a price where they're like, yeah, we got you.
Well, then that's a conversation that you and I have to have, and it has to be very fucking strategic because that would literally, I mean, honestly, the only reason we were going to do that show was to get a fucking house. That was the only reason we were going to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we talked to Jason and we talked to Derek and Jason, and we were just like, I don't give a fuck.
But they ain't got, no, but I know what you're saying, but yeah.
But at the bottom line, it was like, our marriage is not for sale.
No, you don't, first off, you don't put yourself on price. So yeah.
Well, yeah, and then like when they started telling me some of the things I would be obligated to do, and the situations I would be obligated to be put in, I was like, oh, cool, I'll go to jail. So that's a hard no for me because that was pre-therapy, when I used to chop bitches for sport. So I don't need any type of video evidence of that.
Television's fake, y'all. Everything on it. So just a heads up. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time getting real involved in an episode or something because it ain't real.
Yeah, it's not.
I wish I could say it was, but it's all stage. I think.
I mean,
was Love Is Blind fake? All of it?
No.
I told you, them people were such good actors. I was like, either this is real, or these are the best actors that you've never heard of.
But save this for the next podcast because we should talk about like the shows that we've watched since like quarantine.
I might have to do a recap on some of them.
That's fine, but
all right,
we should wrap this up because this is like basically 2 episodes in one. This is like a 2-hour episode. This is a lot.
Or it's one episode of Rogan.
True.
How long is it, Joey Coco's?
I watch so many of the clips. I don't always watch full ones, but his are about an hour and a half. But Joe really goes to the 3 hour mark.
2 is a minimum. 240 is the middle. 350 is the end.
I haven't seen one that's 350. The longest I've seen is like 305.
They're long though, man.
But I love it because
I like him too.
He has like conversations with people. It's great.
Yeah.
I really enjoy his podcast.
Me too.
And he seems like a really like nice guy, like a nice dad. Like the way he talks about his kids are just, it's the cutest thing. Like the way him and Joey Diaz talk about their kids is just, it's really cool.
I feel that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up here. That is the end of our podcast. And
thanks for listening or watching, however you consume our content. Talking to you with Pilar and Judy. Oh, last thing.
What are we doing?
My shirt. So,
oh yeah.
super quick side note. Some of you guys know, some of you don't know. I have a beauty apparel line called Lashes and Seams, and it's for beauty babes by a fellow beauty babe. As a lot of you know, we've all been disrupted in the beauty community and outside of it by COVID-19, and a lot of people are struggling in my professional community, and they're out of jobs and they can't work. And so the Professional Beauty Association, who has been an incredible partner, I reached out to them, and they had started a COVID relief fund for licensed professionals, and I wanted to contribute. So I designed this shirt. Let me get it in the frame. It says support your local beauty gang, and it says braids, lashes, hair, ST for esthetician, nails and brows. And then it has this really cool, I can't turn because my back hurts. There's a really cool lightning bolt on the back. But all of that to say, proceeds from this shirt go to the fund. So for every shirt, $10 is donated to the Professional Beauty Association. They have been giving out stipends to people in need, and their goal is to give out $1 million, but they can't give out what they don't have. So I am trying to sell as many of these shirts as I can so I can donate as much money as I can. So if you purchase anything from my site, always and forever, I always have free shipping. That's the fucking vibe. I don't see the point in you guys paying for shipping. But when you order for anything from my site that is not this shirt, 10% of all those proceeds will be donated. And when you purchase this shirt in particular, that comes in black, white, and blush, $10 from every shirt gets donated. Right now, I think we're at $180 or $180 to be donated. My goal is $1,000. Because you know, I want to be able to just give this money and help as many people as we can. So you can find the shirt at, it'll be linked in the description bar below. But for those of you that listen to our podcast, you can go to lashesandseams.com, and it is the Beauty Gang tee. It's on the front page, and you can go ahead and purchase it if times are tough, or if you're like me and you just like to push your payments out so you don't feel so bad about the shopping that you're doing. I also offer Sezzle, so you can break the payments up. So for this shirt, the first payment would be $9.75 plus tax when you go to checkout, and then over every 2 weeks for the next 6 weeks, they would automatically deduct that $9.75 out of your bank account. So that is my end of the podcast PSA. If you want to be able to give back to beauty professionals, if you want to help people in need, if you are a esthetician or a hairstylist or a makeup artist or a braider or a fucking beauty aficionado who loves the shit, share this. If you can't afford to buy the tee, that's fine. If you don't like the design, that's cool too. But if you could share this information, that would be so incredibly helpful, because it can help, you know, tens of thousands of people that are, you know, desperately in need of some relief. So thanks for listening to our podcast.
Yeah, thank you all for listening to our podcast.
It was a long one.
It was a long one, and I feel like since you brought all that up, should we just like outro it live, or should we do an audio outro after? I always get confused when I do that.
What's easier for you to chop up?
I mean, it doesn't matter. We're here now.
That'll
be the end. And if you listen to the audio form, then you'll maybe hear a little bit more. But we're gonna wrap it up with the stuff that we would usually say anyway. If you enjoyed this, you know what it is. Hit that subscribe button on Pilar's YouTube channel, youtube.com/Pilar's teaspoon.
Mm-hmm.
If you enjoyed the podcast in audio form, hey, leave us a review. Write us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you're allowed to write reviews. Follow us on Anchor. That's where you're able to send us audio messages, voice messages per episode, so you can get some questions answered if you'd like to involve yourself in our podcast and be a part of it.
We'd love that.
We would love that. They're very fun.
Yeah.
And other than that, hey, you know, if you enjoy our podcast, hit that follow, that subscribe, whatever it is on whatever platform you're a fan of.
And you can find JD on Instagram at JD Witherspoon, and on YouTube as Run JD Run, or youtube.com/runjdrun. It's all in the description bar. I know, but sometimes
it's all in the description bar. Don't worry.
But
I have enough followers. We want to build. We're building up. I mean, obviously, follow me too. But what I'm saying is, if you want to watch this that you got to go to your page.
Yeah.
So, thank you, honey. Don't roll your eyes.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
I was like doing a spiel, and you just like just negated the whole thing. I have enough followers. Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna talk about Twitch, and
I fucked it up, guys.
a little bit, yeah.
Fucked it up.
And like I don't have enough followers. I'm trying to grow a business or two in these cold COVID streets.
That's why I talked about your follow. What are you talking about? I did not push against. What are you saying?
No, I'm just saying, like, you just like cut me off when I was like,
I didn't mean
trying to do this whole thing.
I apologize.
It's okay.
Is there any way I can
just cut this part out, basically?
I have to cut it?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, okay, if you want to keep it, go for it.
Are you gonna redo what you did?
No.
So I can't cut it then.
Okay.
And this is our real life streamed on.
End this podcast, dude.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
No.
I'm tired. It's almost 1:30 in the morning, and I'm hungry.
Well, people,
we love you guys, but I think you guys can all relate to being hangry, and I'm fucking hangry. It's like 1:21 in the morning, and we've been at this since like 10. So, Mama needs some food.
So with that, Mama needs some food. Papa needs a Rolling Stone, and we're gonna call it a night. Everybody, have a great day, morning, afternoon, whatever day this is uploaded. Catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye bye.